I thought this headline was so funny and misleading, and I want to break it down. So basically, it's saying that Meghan's show was a flop because it only had 5.3 million views. Only had 5.3 million views. So naturally, I'm like, on average, what are the ratings like? What's considered to be a success? So naturally, it's a few million views, which is a little vague, but a few, generally speaking, is what, 2-3 million? A few, a couple, 2 million. I would say 2 to 3 million. So, let's go back to what Meghan's show did. 5.3 million, which obviously the show is not for everyone. Not everyone watched the Martha Stewart show. So here's a little bit of a comparison. Her views were in the hundreds of thousands. Meghan, 5.3 million. So then I thought, okay, what's a modern show? I know it's completely different genre, but that's still on television. The View. The View has 2.4 million views. So this is considered a success, but 5.3 million isn't considered a success. Give me a break. And also, they're comparing it to the top 300 shows. Squid Games is on this network, and they rate in the billions. So yes, obviously, is it a billion views? No. 5.3 million views is a good amount, especially for a show that caters to a certain generation of women probably, and a certain genre of women. Not everyone's interested in homemaking and having a soft, lovely life. So anyway, I thought this headline was so misleading. Meghan did great with 5.3 million views. I cannot wait for season number 2.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you are here. Go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss out on trending news about Harry and Meghan and the royal family. Meghan's Sussex-sized win. And when I say win, I mean a triumph that didn't come from a gold-plated throne or centuries of inherited privilege. I'm talking about a win earned through perseverance, brilliance, and vision. A win that came quietly, gracefully, and humbly, but hit the charts like thunder and left Meghan's haters choking on their own recycled bitterness. Because while the trolls were still busy sharpening their tired knives, writing their tired columns, and clinging to the tired idea that Meghan needed them to survive, she was doing what she always does, working, creating, and thriving. And now, Netflix just dropped the receipts. Cold, hard data, unfiltered truth, and it shattered the hate. On July 17th, Netflix released a brand new engagement report. This wasn't just a little press release, it was the streaming giant pulling back the curtain on what people were actually watching. Worldwide. No whispers, no anonymous palace sources, no Daily Mail spin jobs, just raw, honest numbers. And sitting confidently at number 383 out of thousands of titles, none other than With Love, Meghan, 5.3 million views. Let that marinate. Let that sit right in the face of every hater who swore she was finished, who claimed she couldn't hold attention, who said no one cared about her, who mocked her for daring to step out of the shadow of the monarchy and build her own light. Well, here it is. That light is beaming, and it's got 5.3 million reasons to shine. While Meghan was writing, producing, hosting, and connecting with viewers across the globe, the lazy royals were doing what exactly? Let's see. William was polishing his Earthshot Awards for the 5th time, pretending it's revolutionary to hand out environmental trophies while still flying private and ignoring his own carbon footprint. And Kate? Well, when she wasn't being digitally altered into some Stepford wife fantasy or hidden away like a relic of 1950s royal protocol, she was busy... what? Pretending to care about early childhood development by pointing at picture books and occasionally showing up for carefully choreographed surprise visits. Meghan was giving us presence, passion, and purpose. The firm, smoke and mirrors, stage smiles, and PR gymnastics. This wasn't some vanity project. This was a show filmed in Montecito, hosted by Meghan, executive produced by Meghan, and rooted in her authenticity. A show about joy, about homemaking, about connection. From the moment it premiered on March 4th, it raced up Netflix's global top 10. In just 1 week, it amassed 2.6 million views and 12.6 million hours watched. It ranked 7th in the UK, 10th in the US. It was in people's homes, in their hearts, in their conversations. That's what makes this hit so powerful, because Meghan didn't just build a show. She built trust. She built community. And yet, Where were the headlines? Where was the glowing coverage from the press that devours her every sneeze? They had all the energy in the world when they accused her of being a diva, or picked apart her outfit at the Beyoncé concert, or fabricated stories about her relationship with Kate. But when Meghan actually succeeds? Silence. Crickets. Because her success doesn't serve their narrative. Because Meghan's rise proves them wrong. They can't spin her wins, so they ignore them. Let's rewind and remember what they said before the show aired. You remember the noise. The trolls were foaming at the mouth. They called her irrelevant, called the show unnecessary, dismissed it as fluff. They said Meghan was washed up, as if she didn't already star in one of the most successful legal dramas of the 2010s. They mocked her passion, mocked her joy, mocked the very idea of her creating something on her own terms. But that's the thing. Meghan dared to create without asking their permission. She told her story her way, and that is what terrifies them. Because this was never about content. This was about control. The minute Meghan stepped out of their box, the obedient duchess, the silent woman, the grateful outsider, they declared war. And still, she kept going. She created a show around love and connection. She welcomed us into her space. She shared recipes, laughter, stories, and real moments. She did what women are often punished for doing in public. She expressed joy. She nurtured. She decorated. She hosted. And the people? Oh, they showed up, 5.3 million strong. Now let's talk contrast. Because while Meghan was doing all that in Montecito, what were Kate and William doing in Buckingham Palace? Honestly, ask yourself. Aside from their carefully curated photo ops and vague initiatives, what real work have they done? Where's their innovation? Their audience? Their content that connects across borders and backgrounds? You've got William launching his 12th version of Earthshot, and Kate flipping through early years pamphlets like she just discovered what toddlers are. Meanwhile, Meghan is dropping sold-out brands, executive producing hit shows, and racking up millions of loyal viewers without a crown on her head. And before the palace PR machine chokes on this, yes, we know the roles are different. But the expectations, they're not, because Meghan was dragged for every breath she took. Meanwhile, Kate could go 10 months without a single engagement, and the media would call it elegant discretion. William can vanish while the world is burning, and they'll say he's prioritizing family. The double standard is so loud, it's deafening. Let's not forget Polo, that other project Harry and Meghan executive produced. Yes, it ranked lower, number 3,436 with 500,000 views. But let's stop pretending like every show needs to go viral to matter. Not everything is about breaking records. Sometimes it's about telling niche stories, giving visibility to new voices. Meghan and Harry made a thoughtful niche docuseries, and even that found its viewers. Compare that to whatever nothingness William and Kate are doing right now. Where's their content, their creativity, their effort? The only things going viral from Buckingham Palace are conspiracy theories, airbrushed photos, and awkward body language. And while Meghan was busy launching, as ever, her lifestyle brand, the media mocked her for, wait for it, selling jam, as if creating a brand rooted in purpose, sustainability, and joy is somehow less valuable than sitting in gold-plated rooms clapping for charity. Meanwhile, that very jam, sold out, her honey, gone, her rose, snatched up within hours. Meghan's not just selling products, she's building a lifestyle, a community, a legacy. Let's park here and slam the Daily Mail, because no script about Meghan's glow-up would be complete without calling out the trash tabloid that's practically made a career off slandering her name. The Daily Mail has spent years weaponizing its pages against Meghan, from false headlines to dog whistle racism, from shady sources to full-blown character assassination. They publish lies, walk them back in fine print, and repeat the cycle. And when Meghan dared to clap back legally and win, they whined about press freedom. But when Netflix dropped this latest engagement report, and with love, Meghan came through swinging with over 5 million views. Not a single headline from them acknowledging the success. Not one article celebrating a woman of color who built something meaningful. Because they're not in the business of truth, they're in the business of hate. And when that hate no longer sells because the receipts are too loud to ignore, they resort to silence. But that silence, it's its own kind of confession. Do you see the difference now? Meghan's success is earned. It's intentional. It's based on talent and trust. She's not being propped up by a 1,000-year-old institution with built-in global worship. She had to fight for her platform. She had to fight for her voice. She had to fight for her safety. And despite all of that, she won. And that win, that's what drives the trolls wild. Because deep down they know she outworked, outshined, and outclassed them. With no press machine, with no palace backing, just her, just love, just purpose. And don't get it twisted. With love, Meghan isn't just a show title. It's a statement, a quiet rebellion, a declaration that you don't need to be approved by the institution to be adored by the people. Meanwhile, the royal couple still stuck in London? They're waving from balconies, dodging questions, and leaning into the same outdated playbook. You won't catch them creating art or telling stories or launching products that reflect their souls, because they've given their souls to the firm. Meghan kept hers, and now she's sharing it with the world. In that People interview, Meghan said, "When your children get to a certain age, it's super joyful. That joy, that lightness, that's what they hate, because it's rooted in freedom, in healing, in choosing happiness over hierarchy." Meghan dared to step away and build her sandbox, and you know what? People want to play in it, not because of fame, but because of heart. So to the trolls, go ahead and call her names, recycle your tired insults, pick apart her outfits, mock her voice, do your worst. Because while you're wasting your energy hating, Meghan is winning, with love, with strength, with her head held high. And to the lazy royals lounging in palaces built by others while doing the bare minimum, take notes. Because this is how legacy is built, not with silence, not with status, but with substance. Meghan is booked, busy, brilliant, and not just surviving, thriving. With love, Meghan. And with that same love, this is where we'll leave it. Let the records and the receipts speak for themselves.